All right. Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number. Did you say 341?
349.
349. Okay. All right. Addy?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen to us all in the end?
Mr. Manhattan.
If it turns out he's real and he's just going to kick all our asses, I don't know. If he was God, that would explain some of the stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, whenever I do the run through the second channel, I do a little giggle because I have a video that's just titled Dark Souls parentheses arcade run.
If you just do boss rush, I suppose. Oh boy.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. The YouTube channel. I've heard you have one of those things.
Yes. Well, nothing on the main channel because reviews take time, and time is one thing I don't have currently. Between having to write, having to watch like genuinely no joke 30 movies and having to write papers about them.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things. So I have separate Hungarian film history, and Hungarian film history has two separate classes. One of them is supposed to be whatchamacallit, it's a seminar, and the other one is just a speech by the teacher. So for that speech, you have to I forget, I think to pass that one you need to have like a test in speech. Like you have to relate to him information about the movies. Whatever, fine. Guess what the fucking seminars thing is to pass?
Why?
Write an analysis about one movie, and then also just come in when there's a speech test, and then just relay information about 8 movies from memory.
Oh.
Yeah. Real cool of him.
Well, that sounds pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah. And then and that's not even the only seminar that I have a speech test for, because there's also another one that the production studies teacher was like, all right, so read this book and write me a diary about it, and then also watch these 56 videos, and we will have a speech test on that. So that's cool.
I see.
So yeah, all of that's happening. I'm also like low-key doing fucking actual movie production, which is scary. I mean, it's not the real deal yet because it's only like a scene or no, it's actually, I'm lying, it's a sequence. Technically, by proper terms, it's a sequence that I will be shooting in the near future, but still.
Okay, shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's only technically a sequence because, like, a scene is defined as a sequence of images where we don't change locale and no additional characters come in or leave. So, like, technically, by that definition, it's a combination of, I want to say, 5 to 7 scenes. But, like, it's all set in the same locale, and it's just a guy running through a street. So, like, technically it's a scene. Like, to me, it's a scene because, like, fuck, the changes are so minuscule. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Once the pilot is done, because this is a pilot for the movie that I will have to make to graduate from university. And like I asked one of my teachers to check in on it once it's done, and he was like, "Why are you working on that already?" Which, I mean, like, I don't have fucking time. Like, by the time that I will have to sell it, I will need to have everything fucking bolted down about this. I need to prepare 2 movies too, just in case they don't like this one. So, like, I might as fucking well be prepared. I might as well shoot the whatchamacallit, the pilot and shit, because,
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. So yeah, with all of that, I don't really have time to script reviews because like, I'm scripting a movie, kind of
Yeah,
kind of more
understandably,
kind of more
one's a higher
involved.
priority.
Yeah. Which I mean, like, okay, technically, I'm not even scripting a movie. The script has been done for a week, and a script is never done. A script is finished on the last day of shooting. By the way, like that's a side note.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
technically, the script is ready for the first day of shooting, so technically, it is done. But yeah, um, but now what I'm really working on is just trying to make it so schedules line up for the actors, getting the set made, and then you know stuff like that. I will even need to make placeholder music because I will send the pilot to the musician that I have working on the project so that she can make the music.
All right.
So yeah, as is usual for me, I have decided to just skip like 5 steps of what you're supposed to do and just be like, all right, I'm gonna try the hard thing. The hard thing should suffice. If I can do the hard thing, I can do the easy thing too. So yeah. But for the second channel, on Monday, we get lost underwater. It is Atlanta. In Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. I just went to America and apparently Atlanta is just flooded.
With the hurricanes we've been hit, the South has been getting hit with the last month. I would believe you.
But yeah. So that's coming out. Then on Monday as well, the first episode of the Nightmare Escapades, which is me playing horror-themed Dreams games.
Okay.
This first episode, if memory serves, isn't all that to write home about. I complain about I try to examine what horror is because I play like one of I tried to go out of my way and show a gradient of horror instead of just going with what I actually enjoy, more or less.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so you have your if memory serves, I forget if it's this one or the second part, which that's also going to be coming out, but I forget if it's the first or second part that I play a game that's very obviously inspired by Kuon and Fatal Frame. Like, by which I mean, they say that they were inspired by Kuon and Fatal Frame, and like, even if they didn't, yes, it's obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I played that game and I liked that one. It was very fun. And then also in that one, I play an SCP game that is, you start off as John McGunn. And you have to,
Really?
yes, and you have to well, I don't know if it's an SCP game in name, but it functions like an SCP game,
Okay, I was about to say, like, the only officially SCP game I know that gives you a gun is Containment Protocol, which is a multiplayer game.
Oh yeah, no, these are games made in Dreams.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
right. You said that at the beginning, and I heard you say that, and I considered the fact that you said you talk about Dreams, and nonetheless, despite all the thought I put into that, my brain nonetheless turned off and forgot that you said Dreams.
Let's see. Okay, I list out the games by who made them and shit because it's in the games and like I have the developer's name right there, so like whatever, fuck it, might as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Invocation, if memory serves, that one was cool. And yeah, Yude the Secret Bells, that's the one that one's like whatchamacallit. That's Fatal Frame and Cool mixed. Raw footage, if memory serves, that is the one. Where like I loaded in. I did the classic Joel bit of objective, kill all motherfuckers.
Yep.
But like that's the entire thing, and then like I think I get surprised by a couple of the mini or like smaller monsters between the levels, and that prompts me to go on a thing and like trying to define horror as like, because I don't know about you, but to me there's a difference between actually feeling dread from a video game and just, oh, they surprised me. Like,
yeah.
And I don't do a great job explaining this in the video, I don't think, but that is what it boils down to. What I'm saying is that, like, that game surprised me once, and immediately, instead of being afraid or whatever, I just got annoyed. Not because of the jump scare, but because the game isn't scary, so the enemies just popping up randomly, or seemingly randomly, was just more annoying than it was anything else.
Yeah.
And then to contrast that, once we get to the second part, which I will get to eventually, the second part, I play a game where you walk through meat corridors, and it's not the one that you've seen. It's not the one that you've seen, because I included clips of one of them. There's two meat corridor games in the video. Both of them are good, but one of them is better than the other. And the one that's better, like, I legitimately say while playing it, I hate this. Like, it gave me such a sense of dread that it's supposed to. Like, it was very well constructed for what makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
So yeah, like, it's one of those things where, like, it's kind of fun to go to these Dreams games and see the wide array of quality. Which, like, the funny thing is, in the first part, you can see the meat corridor game that I'm talking about, because it was already out by then. when I shot that in back in, like, last year's November.
Yeah.
But yeah, the problem with Dreams not getting supported anymore is that, like, I would assume people are slowing down on making their games in it, so I don't know how long this series will go, but whatever, fuck it, I got at least 2 videos out of it, so
Yeah.
Then, on the 29th, I'll just read the entire title. The story of a kleptomaniac fighting his tulpas. Alan Wake.
Oh. You said tulpas, and for a moment, there was, what?
Oh, do you not know what a tulpa is?
I do, courtesy of Twin Peaks, but yeah, I've only ever heard it in association with Twin Peaks, so I was caught off guard. Like, what?
I mean, I guess it's still fitting in that context.
I mean, Alan Wake is definitely one of the 8,000 things inspired by Twin Peaks, so yes. I'm not super shocked, but it caught me off guard for a moment.
Yeah. This is a recording. I actually thought about. I didn't have time to do it, but I thought about making a different video and just getting this one shit canned, because it's just like, I recorded an hour of Alan Wake. I want to say, like, this was the second or third day in a row where I recorded X amount of footage of a horror game, and it just got corrupted. Like, even this one, even the Alan Wake one, I probably left in a couple of times when it just didn't work. The recording like, the video just starts fucking getting janky. But I was just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. And so, like, Alan Wake, I never was interested in Alan Wake to begin with. But the combination of 3 days in a row trying to record anything and failing and wasting time, as well as me not being all that interested in Alan Wake to begin with, the combination of those two just makes me the most fucking pissy that I've ever been on recording. Like, I just complain for the entire 15-minute runtime, which, yes, that's the only amount of usable footage that I got out of an hour.
Oh, man.
So yeah, that should tell you some things.
Oh boy.
Exactly how good this went.
So yeah, you and I both know that the pissy, angry solo recordings are just the worst.
Yeah. And, like, once again, at this point, like, I forget, I did whatchamacallit, the Not Dead Space? Callisto Protocol, there we go.
Oh god.
Yeah, I did Callisto Protocol. I did I forget what else. I did, like, 2 other games in those 3 days. I recorded footage for them. Callisto Protocol video, not a big loss, honestly. Like, nothing happened in that because that game is nothing. I'm surprised that game exists with how little content there is in it. But the other ones, they had, if memory serves, they had at least a couple of highlights that weren't me getting fucking angry at nothing, and so, it kind of sucks that they got lost to time. But yeah, this video kind of sucks, and it's just there so that I can say, hey, I had a full week of horror content. Yeah, also it's kind of funny. Like, I have some points where me being pissy about the game is funny because like it does devolve into just me raving about A, how much I don't want to play the game, B, how I'm just stealing thermoses for no reason, or C, I forget what it was, or the light mechanic maybe? Something like that. Oh no. The thing the thing that really made me angry is Alan Wake has this thing where enemies like to attack you from off screen. with no way to tell.
Yeah.
And so I died a couple of times to that. That was fun. But yeah,
boy.
Then on the 30th, it's a double feature. First, we have Ninjutsu Lightning Round in Dead or Alive 2.
Oh.
Then, this one I guess I'll also read the entire thing out because it tells you a lot. Battle against God with branches and broken bottles in World of Horror.
Okay.
So, World of Horror
I feel like I've heard good things about that game.
Yes, World of Horror is fun. World of Horror is an old text adventure from the DOS era, but it's centered around like occult stuff and like whatchamacallit, Lovecraftian shit, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's Junji Ito and Lovecraft. So like, I saw the game and I went, yep, I like this.
Yeah.
Which I recorded, I want to say 2.5 hours of this game, maybe 3, and I cut it down to an hour, because I would be done with one playthrough, and I would get basically nothing done in it, and I just go, all right, fuck it, we'll do another one. And it's culminated in the I want to say 20-minute fight, maybe 30, with God, where I didn't have any means to attack it because God can only be hit by bullets and like projectiles. But the only thing I had on me was a pipe.
Oh.
And like the game has a thing where you can throw weapons, but if you throw a weapon, you can't pick it back up. Like it's just gone. So I threw the pipe at God, which by the way, like when I say God, I mean like Cthulhu, or not Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Like whatever the fucking the Lovecraftian equivalent of Shumagorath is, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm fighting that Yogg-Sothoth, maybe? Whatever. I'm fighting that. And I throw the pipe, and it deals some damage, and I go, okay, good. Like, I genuinely make a dent in the health bar. And then the game has a mechanic where you can scavenge for weapons on the battlefield, and from doing the scavenging thing, you either get a bottle, or a broken bottle, or a branch. I just kept doing that over and over again for like, I want to say 15 minutes, and the game just stopped spawning weapons. So that was fun. But like genuinely, there's some like, I don't know if there's any like particularly funny moments in that video, but the game was fun. Like I had fun, All
right.
And then finally, on the 31st. Oh, actually, it's not finally. I forgot that there's the Friday. Never mind. But yes, on the 31st, we have the final showdown in Shadow the Hedgehog. We fight.
I see.
We fight Doom's Eye. But whatever, we fight Doom. He has to be stopped. We have to save the Fantastic Four.
The foot dives he's gone too far. It has to be at an end.
But yeah, I do that fight. I feel like I said something funny. There was definitely funny shit going on with that because of how the final boss works. Because the game has a timer that like you know how in most Sonic games there's a timer that if it runs out you just die.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shadow the Hedgehog also has that, but the final boss has you play as Super Shadow, and the super form, if you remember, stops being a thing once you run out of rings. So the entire fight is taking place in the air. So you have two separate timers that if they run out, you die.
Okay.
This sounds as more of a problem than it actually is in the game because they give you an amount of rings. Like it's you do have to play around the fact that you need to keep picking up rings, but it's a game, it's a mechanic of the fight. Like
Yeah.
but yeah, then the Nightmare Escapades Part 2. And let's see if there's any games here that I remember just from the Brocco TV. That's one I guess I'll oh yeah, the meat room one that I played that I really liked was called Insane the Hell.
Insane the hell?
Yes. And it was only a demo.
Oh, I like that title. I'm a fan.
Like it's a game. I loaded into the game and I saw that there's like a costume option. So I go into the costume option and it's just like like it's the player character model is just like generic anime girl, and the outfits are like sexy devil, and I went, oh, it's one of those games.
Oh.
So then I load in, and turns out you can play the game in first person, removing the anime girl. So that was a plus.
Oh, a very nice convenience feature, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and then past that, like the game is actually unsettling to me, you know.
Yeah.
Which like it's kind of funny because like meat rooms they don't generally unsettle me. Like it's whatever, but it's the ambience and the like how it's all put together. Like it works good together. The small whatchamacallit, the claustrophobic corridors and
Yeah.
the ambience just work together to be really interesting. I hope that one day whoever the person who made this returns and makes a finished version because the demo was a lot of fun. Considering that the demo was up by the time that I played it last November, and I have heard nothing of a development on this, I would assume that they've quit, which is sad.
Oh.
But yeah, also Brocco TV. Brocco TV was in the it was in the horror section if memory serves, and like maybe I don't know. Brocco TV is an experience. Brocco TV is a it's a weird game.
I see.
There's like I want to say that there's a 10-minute part where you just do the dancing mini game.
Okay.
Survival horror. And then finally, for real this time, we zoom in on the police car JPEG in Digimon Survive.
Oh.
So there you have it. That's this week.
Alrighty. On my own individual channel, it is going to be some mixture of Star Wars Battlefront and something else. I don't know what. But more importantly, on the group channel, give me just a moment to get the set calendar all set up. Okay, so tomorrow, actually, no, not tomorrow. Actually, yes, tomorrow on Monday, October 28th, Super Mario Sunshine Part 4, as well as Luigi's Mansion. So Mario and Luigi on the same day.
Together
Luigi
at last.
Luigi can't get shit to himself, can he?
Yeah, I mean, during that recording and even after that, like we talked, Pink and I talked about doing a playthrough of Luigi's Mansion, and like, I don't know about the state of Luigi's Mansion. I've gotten more like positive uh responses to fucking continue Nekojishi from Pink, so.
Yeah.
Because like during the recording, Pink said that we should record a series on Luigi's Mansion, and I said yeah, sure, the game's fun. And like ever since then, I bring it up and he just ignores Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, I think there are some. I think there are definitely some games that it's nicer to just go for an hour or two, hit the cool shit that's at the start of the game because most games are front loaded for a lot of stuff, and move on. So I definitely understand that. Nekojishi, I don't know. Maybe maybe Pink's just really liking the anime cats.
I don't know. We got some funny bits out of it, but like it is the story of it is in a very funny spot where the character has been taking a shower for the past 2 years. So you know.
Okay. Okay, on the 29th, Tuesday, Harvester. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
On the 30th, Wednesday, Payday 2 Part 34.5 and Payday 2 Part 34. Bizarrely enough, the channel view list puts Part 34.5 first. So, whoops, my bad. And Silent Hill 1. So, a triple upload combo.
Yes. The
Kikongo combo.
The one where Jesus Christo stops us.
On the 31st, nothing. Go fuck yourself. Actually, what do we not have something set up for the 31st?
Yes, we have Sonic Adventure 2. I just haven't had the time to edit it.
Okay, I was figuring that, but I was just figuring that. Boy, it's a good thing that we actually don't have 2 weeks for this, but yeah. And then on November 1st, Friday, Street Fighter 6 Part 35. And on November 2nd, Saturday, it's another twofer. What's a twofer? A tulpa. We're summoning the spirits. Phasmophobia Part 40. Actually, that would be a game for summoning the spirits. That would be a game where a tulpa would show up. Castle Crashers Part 6 as well. Considerably less chance of a tulpa appearing there.
But wait, what is the Twin Peaks explanation of a tulpa?
Like the spirit manifestation of like some aspect of the psyche or something. I don't remember. Twin Peaks doesn't really explain the shit.
Okay, because the overall thing with tulpas, the general use tulpas, it's this idea that if you think hard enough about a person and like try to imagine them as a 3D being, like try to make up a person in your mind and you think about them hard enough, then you can manifest them. And depending on what horror you're reading, tulpas are either just, or depending on what fiction you're reading, I guess tulpas are either just that, it's just basically imaginary friends that exist.
Yeah.
Technically, they exist.
That's my memory of how Twin Peaks more or less put them. Yeah.
Or well, they're either that or some horror fiction makes it so they're demons that pretend to be imaginary friends.
So, yeah, could happen in Phasmophobia.
Yes.
Though it seems that tulpas mostly appear in the Pacific Northwest region of America, which Phasmo. I think Phasmo is supposed to be in England, isn't it?
I don't know.
The dude that's on the radio has an English accent, so.
Well, what if the mimic got a new fifth clue and it was just, you open up the book and it just says tulpa and question mark?
Yeah. If he's your imaginary, that'd be something if you could get an imaginary friend in Phasmophobia.
Yeah, a fifth player Maru that just walks around.
Yeah, it's an AI player. He's not very good though.
Yeah.
He goes to the truck and gets stuff, but he puts it in the wrong room, usually. He doesn't know how to loop in the event of a hunt, so he just kind of... He's just like, well, shit, guess I'm dead. Blit.
He goes on the spirit box, but doesn't turn it on. He hopes you won't notice.
He goes to spirit box, but he just... Long Ron Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. So, the topic we were thinking today. What are some picks for really fucking cool super moves in fighting games or anime or whatever the hell? The games that have these sorts of things.
All right. Well, obviously, I have to go with. There's an answer to this question that if I didn't go with, then I would have been replaced. The Shagokusatsu.
The Raging Demon is a fucking classic.
Like it's always okay with an asterisk to this. Add an asterisk to this statement, but it's always looked cool. Now, how cool depends on the game. The Third Strike Shagokusatsu kind of looks stinky. Not gonna lie.
I honestly don't remember what the Raging Demon looks like in Third Strike.
It's the usual, and then the pose he hits at the end, there's like fire around the Kuma, but it's cut off in like a it genuinely looks like they made the animation of the fire to be shown on a phone screen, and so it cuts off like just a bit outside of Akuma's legs. And it just looks really bad. Like that's kind of why I think that the Third Strike Shagokusatsu animation looks bad, because it's the usual. He slides towards them, grabs them, blank out, hit sparks, and then he does the pose. But the fire on the pose makes it look so bad.
I just had a bad thought.
Yeah.
There are gonna be kids that grew up with Street Fighter 6 and Street Fighter 5. They're used to being able to see the Raging Demon, what's happening. So when they go back and see the Raging Demon in 2, in Alpha, in 3, they're going to say, oh, they didn't have the budget back then to do the animation.
Yeah. and then they play KOF.
Oh, boy. Well, KOF didn't have the budget, but did the animation anyways.
Yeah. SNK didn't care, which is why they went bankrupt twice.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
So I got an answer to throw out.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of an odd one. I don't remember if you've ever seen it. Budokai Tenkaichi 3 Super Android 13 super move.
I've probably seen it, but what is it? Because I wouldn't have seen it myself. I would have seen a video where he does it.
He punches his opponent real good, so they start flying, they get sent flying away from him. He then chases after them as they're flying through the air, laterally away from them, and continues to repeatedly punch them again and again and again, just keeping them propelled through the air. But it's not like an upwards juggle like Mortal Kombat or punching them up into the air like an Injustice Super. No, it's lateral movement. Android 13 is running sprinting his ass off at the same time that he's just continually propelling you forwards, but with punches.
Nice.
Oh, that's good shit.
Alright, another classic one. Kano's fatality from Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe.
The thing I love about Kano's lame-ass fatality in MK vs. DC is that in any other game, that would just be his throw.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I love is that he does a monkey flip, and then if memory serves, he does a monkey flip, and then he does like a jump so that he double stomps them, and then rolls forward, and then does his pose.
Yep.
Like we had to make sure that he got the full Van Damme in there. I'm surprised he didn't do the fucking Rolling Thunder.
Good lord. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know if we count fatalities as super moves because that's a whole different. You want to get into like games that have cool finishing moves. That's its own separate thing with Mortal Kombat. How many games can compete with Mortal Kombat in the finishing moves category? I'm going to say For Honor, but only because I have it running now.
If memory serves, that two assassins got the fourth fatal first.
If there's anyone that would have gone for it first, it would have been them. Yeah. Yeah, oh god, crappy MK knockoffs. That's a whole nother thing because I'm not super well versed for crappy MK knockoffs, and I certainly don't remember any fatalizers.
The only MK knockoff that I still have yet to find that I need to show y'all footage of is like Bikini Beach Babes, Bikini Beach Warriors, something like that.
Why would that be a Mortal Kombat knockoff?
I don't know. It's all women in bikinis that are digitized and they fight like Mortal Kombat. There's this woman. There's this woman. She's blonde. She has an American flag bikini on, and one of her attacks is taking off her top, and like her boobs are obscured by white light because she shoots out a fucking missile from there. If memory serves.
Oh.
So,
I see.
Like America.
We're sorry.
But yeah, like I think she has that special, and she has a cartwheel, and those are her two specials.
Oh, good lord, she doesn't need any more.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous.
But yeah, I've been searching for that game. Like I even know the fucking guy that I saw review it years ago. It's a Hungarian guy. Like I could just look on his channel, see if I can find it in his thing. But like, no, I want to find it naturally. I'm not that desperate to find it, you know. But yeah, like it's one of those games where like if I can find a version that we can play for the channel. Well, I'm still not sure because I don't know how much of that game was fucking cut out. Like I don't know how much of the game that I saw and how much worse it gets. But like from what I understand, from what I remember, it's just two women in bikini fighting on a beach stage. There's no other stages.
Oh well, why you wouldn't need any others? Don't be ridiculous,
right? And like, if memory serves, the game just looked so fucking shit. Like Mortal Kombat has janky animations. Mortal Kombat has always had some janky-ish animations. Mortal Kombat is like all of Mortal Kombat is Third Strike compared to Bikini Beach Babes.
This sounds like what I would anticipate. Yes. And this sounds like a game where it would be you and me going, while Pink feigns enthusiasm and just slowly fails.
Yeah. And the thing is, the best part of this game is that, like, there are a lot of people make compilations of all of the MK clones. It's never there. I know this game exists. It's out there. But whenever I hear people in the English side of the internet talk about MK clones, they never talk about this one.
Oh, kill me.
Could be worse. It could be Lula 3D.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Fighting game super moves. Joker trick.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back on fucking track here. Good lord. Okay.
Joker trick and Exert.
The what now?
Joker trick.
I don't know what that is.
Johnny's insta kill.
I still don't know what that is.
Johnny has an insta kill move called the Joker trick. And you have to gear Exert.
Well, no, I can figure that much, but I don't remember what his insta kill is. What it looks like.
He throws a card towards the enemy, and then he runs towards them as the card flies towards the enemy. The card takes up the entire screen, and then he cuts through it. And it does a sliding thing, and the enemy is just dead. If memory serves, that's it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's playing off both of the he's a samurai and also he's a poker player things.
Well, in the Guilty Gear instant kills pool, there's also, it's worth shouting out, Slayers, which never really looks that visually impressive. It's usually actually like the visually lamest instant kill. But the great thing is the random haiku he puts together at the end, which is always just nonsense.
Yeah.
With my alien. Which, when you think about it, that haiku bit that Slayer does is foreshadowing old Gold member. What's his name?
Gold Lewis.
Gold Lewis. Because one of the more common things he'll end the haiku with is, with my alien.
Yeah.
In the car, with my alien.
Smoking a blunt. In the car, with my alien.
Yep.
Which is just what's been happening at Area 51 for the past 20 years.
Oh boy. Let's see. And otherwise, in instant kills, I'm fond of Elfelts, if only because every character has a different response to Elfelt shooting them with a love bullet. In large part because I love what an Elfelt does it in a mirror match. She'll say, "Am I honestly this desperate that I'm gonna marry myself?"
I also like Maze just because of the different responses as well. Because most of the characters get like panic or whatever. I forget who it is, but there's I think it might be Alpha where she's completely calm, and then Maze says something and she starts panicking then, and then there's Rambletol, and she's just in the cannon dead inside.
Yep. Oh man, they're okay. In terms of also humorous reactions, I'll forever regret not getting it on recording the day that I was giving Mike. I was first showing Mike Street Fighter 4, and I don't know at what point I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick Hakan. And Mike was like, okay, I'm going to pick Guy because I love Guy from Final Fight. He's cool. And I go for Hakan's stupid, I'm going to lay on the floor ultra.
Yeah.
And I tell Mike to jump into it, so he does. And that is the one that afterwards, it's the shoot the opponent out your ass ultra.
Yeah.
And fun fact, all of the fighters have different reactions to it. Guy's reaction to it is just pure stone-faced, like with a look on his face of, I cannot believe this shit is happening.
Yeah.
This is so fucking dumb. And it all came together so perfectly, not only just visually on its own, but Mike was just losing his shit laughing at it.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to throw up there Hakan's, is it the oil rocket super? I forget what it is. But that one's up there.
Okay.
Also,
yeah?
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We can alternate.
All right. Well then, this one is more for utility than looks, I suppose. It Canadian.
Yeah, as utility supers go.
And like, the difference is like Judy has feng shui engine, and feng shui engine is supposed to be it's supposed to backport her from fucking Guilty Gear, so she can just cancel any normals into any specials.
Yeah.
But feng shui engine like change. For one, it's on a stricter timer in my experience, but also like it makes the way that she interacts with stuff. Like it doesn't change the way that she interacts with stuff. It just makes it so she can do more stuff, which isn't quite the same as Genagin. Genagin to me works as good as it does because it doesn't change how you play Yun all that much. All it does is make it so your interaction with the enemy changes. So like if they block, then it's more pressure. If they don't block, then you get a juggle for free, and then you just juggle.
Yeah.
And then in the better games, they realize that this is not it's not conducive to a fun match. So they just go, okay, Young can get like, I don't know, 4 reps in an agent, and then it stops, which is fair enough because that's already that's like 30%.
I imagine there are people that were thinking after Third Strike, the Twins are never going to be this good again.
And then Arcade Edition released. Then the Arcade Nation attacked.
Oh boy.
I'm still waiting for the Twins to get added to 6, so that Young can have passive Canadian. Like he's honed his kung fu skills so good. He doesn't even fucking need to go into a super state. He just fucking does that.
Please keep this devilry to yourself.
I've already put it out there. Both of the Akiras who work on Street Fighter 6 might hear it now. They only need to hire a translator. Probably. What you were going to say?
So here's an obvious pick for one of the greatest fighting game supers of all time. Shin Shoryuken.
I guess.
I know that it's one where you and I are both so used to seeing it by now that it's not so impressive. But I'll say the first time I saw the Shin Shoryuken, my reaction as the young man that I was, my reaction was, oh my god, that's the fucking coolest.
See, I saw it like around the same time that I first got hit with the Shango Satsu, so to me it was just like, oh cool. But yeah, like the thing with the Shin Shoryuken for me is that the older I get, the less impressed I get with it. But there's also a caveat there that like the less plot relevant it becomes. Like to me, the Shin Shoryuken was at its most interesting in like Marvel 3, where you see Ryu get slightly possessed by the Satsui Hado, and then he beats it and then does the second hit.
That is really interesting. Yeah.
So like when they use the Shin Shoryuken to show Ryu persevering over the Satsui Hado, or like just try to show character development through him honing the Shoryuken as a move, that's cool, that's fine, I like that. But a lot of times it's just Ryu does an uppercut and then he does a Shoryuken.
Yeah.
Which like I feel like that's kind of a problem with Street Fighter 6's Shin Shoryuken. The the critical art version is slightly better, I guess, just because of the visual effects. But even then, it's kind of just like Ryu does a gut punch, and then while you're reeling, he does a Shoryuken. It's one of those things where like I get.
Oh, no, I just simply said yeah.
So for me, like I get that Ryu is supposed to be like the no movement wasted, like very straight and narrow kind of guy, and they're trying to convey that with the Shoryuken, and then you also have the Shiryuken to contrast that with Ken.
Yeah,
but I feel like
Ken is just loads of wasted movement.
Yeah. But I don't know. To me, it feels like they would have. If they really wanted to go for the no wasted movement sort of stuff, then it would have been even cooler if Ryu just did a gut punch and then transitioned into the Shoryuken instantly or something. Show that he's got more knowledge about how to apply the move or whatever. Like we basically have.
For me,
yeah.
I like that there's the slowdown after the gut punch, especially like in Street Fighter 6, where like it'll ripple through the muscles.
My thing is that like I wish that they could replicate the Shin Shoryuken that he got Sagat with. like if we don't get the Satsino Hado and all that because Ryu's beaten it already, then just do a Shoryuken that would cut a guy. Fuck it, why not?
Let's see. Another one from Guilty Gear. This one actually from Strive. Faust hitting you in the knees with a wheelchair.
I mean, that's only the setup to the super, but I forget what the super actually is. Isn't it
that
him
part
operating?
Doesn't matter. The part that matters is him hitting you in the legs with a wheelchair.
I mean, if you're going with that along the same lines, Concho.
Yeah, I love that it's a gambling minigame first. That's a big part of that one.
Yeah. It also, to me...
Legitimately just, fuck you, this isn't fair.
Also, to me, another big part of the Concho Super is that, if memory serves, Faust, swims through the ground to hit it.
Yes.
If he didn't do that...
he swims through the ground, and his air dash is swimming through the air.
Yeah, if he didn't do that, if he didn't swim through the ground, then that move would only be half as good.
Yeah, I very much agree.
Let's see, I'm trying to remember other supers. I'm also trying to remember supers from from not fighting games. But it's like, okay, anime. Okay, you have Sword Guy. He does Big Slash. There's 15 of him.
Okay, for anime, let's see. Well, I've mentioned before. I'm gonna make it sound like I'm a huge fan of this character, even though I'm really not. I mean, he's cool, but I'm not a big fan of him. But the character. Oh no! Actually, Berserk, I don't think really has any super moves. But the character Beji, or Beji Capone from One Piece, the mobster dude who is a castle, literally, can go into big father form for little stints, in which case he turns into an actual castle on two legs with a stupid little cartoon face that is smoking a cigar. Give me just a moment. He never goes into it for long stretches, and the game's never treated as a super form so much as it's just treated as a special move. But give me a second. Let me look it up. Let me get the picture. Yeah, there we go. It's a big, stupid castle covered in guns, and he's smoking a cigar.
Of course.
He turns into an aggressive Muppet.
Yeah. This is what happens when you piss off Carter Grouch. It's out of frame, but on the top of this castle is the trash can.
This is the degree of size that the inside of the trash can has going on.
Yeah. Oh, I guess one super move that I like is Fangover Fist.
Oh, the name rings a bell. Where is it?
It's Naruto.
What's it
It's
from?
Kiba's dog turns into a copy of Kiba, and then they both do a Psycho Crusher. And that's the move. I don't know what it is about it, but I've always liked that one. It's visually interesting because it's two Psycho Crushers coming from both sides, but also like it never. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Finish. Yeah, we'll alternate.
All right. But yeah, like the only problem with it really is that Kiba never got to grow out of it because he gets this in the Chunin exam, and then Kiba never gets another super move again. It's all he ever does.
Isn't that an accurate description of all of the young generation ninjas other than Naruto and Sasuke?
Sakura gets a couple of new super moves. Ino loses her one. She gets less.
Well, yeah, Sakura has that whole thing where they play around with the idea of her being a younger version of the fifth Hokage chick, but then they just never get to it because the Naruto writer doesn't give a shit about Sakura.
Yeah.
She exists to be Sasuke's baby mama, and that's it.
So you were gonna say
the dude that writes Naruto wanted to write about two characters, and then the manga guys were like, "You have to write other characters." And he's like, "I have to." Yeah. Oh.
All right, fine. I'll write Dragon Ball then.
Yeah. I'll actually throw in another answer from Naruto, and it's a really bland, lame one, which is gonna be funny because I always bitch about Naruto. When Naruto comes up, I bitch about it. It's not a thing that bothers me day to day. But it's really basic, really simple shit. I really like the Rasengan. I like just making an orb of energy in your hand and just stick it in somebody's gut and it hurts them.
Yeah, see, my thing with the Rasengan is that the Rasengan is cool when they introduce it, and then Shippuden continues to ruin the fuck out of it.
See, I think that's one thing where you and I are going to disagree because I love the idea that the next natural evolution is Naruto making a bunch of clones of himself that also charge it up so it makes it bigger, though.
I fucking hate the Odama Rasengan. It's so shit. Like if it was,
I love the image of Naruto working with a bunch of clones of himself to make a big one.
He doesn't know.
You can't take that from me.
He doesn't know. He works with at most 2. If it was like 12,
that's still good enough.
If it was 12 clones, I would agree. But if it's just 2 clones at most. But like, yeah, like,
I'm not saying make a spirit bomb here.
But yeah, like the Odama Rasengan to me is shit just because like because of the story element of it, which is to say that like Naruto went away for 3 years and all he could come up with was Big Ball, which is I know he's supposed to be stupid.
That's what I expect from him.
And I know he's supposed to be stupid, but he's also like literally God. So I would assume he'd have like I would assume either him or Jiraiya would have a bit more creativity than that,
Well, this is the part where you're fucked up. You think Naruto is about hard work. Naruto is a series about there are certain people who are just destined from birth by their bloodline to be better and to be important. So don't be one of the dirty pores, idiot.
Yeah. But also like it's one of those things where like once again the Rasengan has forms that I like and forms that I don't like. The big ball Rasengan I think it's lame. The Shuriken Rasengan is interesting, but then they just keep using it for like a fucking 3 more arcs.
Okay, you want to know what's another one that it's used like a shuriken and they just keep using it?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Destructo disc.
Oh yeah.
I love that it's Krillin's move, but fucking everybody rips it off.
I wish. I think they even do it at some point, but I wish Krillin would just get circle based attacks. So he has the Destructo disc and he has the Gotenks little like circle thing that they can put over people.
Yeah. Gotenks is that shit, that weird shit. The like donut something or other they called it.
Yeah, I wish Krillin got that. So
By the way, I gotta give a shout out. There's a lot of doofy stuff with Dragon Ball moves. I like that Gotenks uses all just childish, goofy moves because Gotenks is just two children with extraordinary power.
Yeah, I love how Vegito is like if Goku and Vegeta just very like 12 for some reason. Like together, yeah.
That's one thing I never much understood. How is it that Vegito and Gogeta fight in different styles? Logically, shouldn't they fight the same way?
I think the name implies who's in charge. So like in Gogeta, Goku is calling the shots, and Vegeta is. But I don't know.
That would make sense, yeah. And Vegito is all about cool, edgy sword hand.
Yeah.
While Gogeta is more or less like, yeah, I'm just going to start throwing Kamehamehas.
Yes.
But yeah, that's certainly more Goku style.
But then doesn't Gogeta has Final Flash or something like that?
I think they have like Final Kamehameha or Kamehameha Flash or some shit like that, or it's a combination.
Yeah. Final Flash times 10. Tommy dies whenever this movie is performed. He just does.
Again, he dies again.
Yeah.
And you can distantly hear, oh, god damn it!
It's fine, we'll just wish coming back with the Dragon Balls.
They never do that! That's what's really stupid about King Kai. There we go, King Kai. That's really stupid about King Kai dying. Goku accidentally killing him with the cell bomb. Is Goku never wishes him back.
Whatever, fuck it, he can work like this too.
Like, ultimately, whatever, it's fine because King Kai's strong enough that he can still just do stuff from the afterlife. It doesn't matter. I mean, I guess he was in the afterlife to begin with, so whatever. But, like, still, he never wishes for him to come back. King Kai just spends the rest of the series with that halo above his head.
By the way, did you hear that Daima had some big lore implications?
I have not, but I kind of figured, like, I kept hearing, like, simultaneously, oh, it's going to be fun because the entirety of the Z Fighters are turned into kids and we'll be having funny ha-has. But then I kept also hearing stuff like, this will have big lore implications. This is Toriyama's final work. Even before he died, he was kind of planning it to be his final work. This will have big implications for Super. And I was like, okay, where are we going?
Well, the first bit of news that I heard was apparently the first episode, I guess. So once again, the Pilaf gang do a pull a GT. That is why everyone's kids.
I love that the Pilaf gang is just so fucking stupid that anytime you just have the plot relying on something stupid, it's just the Pilaf gang got the Dragon Balls and fucked it up.
Yeah. But also Shenron. Pilaf, I guess. I don't know, I don't know who actually asked for the wish. I just know Shenron's response. But I guess Pilaf in this context. As like don't you do 3 wishes? And Shenron goes, nah, I only do that for regulars. Fuck off.
Right, I heard about that. I remember, yeah, I saw somebody putting together a meme of Omega Shenron from GT going, you have granted too many wishes, now the sins shall bear down upon you. And it's just regular Shenron going, LOL, no, more wishes for regulars.
Yeah.
Like, did he implement that policy because he just got sick of Bulma repeatedly asking him just to make her look younger? And he's just like, you can ask for more wishes. Just stop fucking asking for that one.
He got sick of Bulma asking to look younger and then bringing back Goku every second Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like what they don't show you in the Dragon Ball series is that like every week Goku dies. He's like Kenny.
He's brought back Trunks twice, but they were different Trunks. Like who's been brought back by Shenron the most times? Because I don't know if it's Goku.
But Frieza's been brought back twice, I think.
Yeah, Frieza was brought back twice.
Which, like, if memory serves, yeah.
Tien, Yamcha, and Piccolo would have all been brought back twice, because first when Nappa killed them, and then second when Boo killed them.
Yeah. I think Vegeta got brought back twice or three times.
Ooh. Right, yeah, Frieza killed Vegeta on Namek for all of like 5 minutes before somebody brought Vegeta back.
Yeah.
Which I was about to say, man, it's really dumb whoever brought Vegeta back at that time. I mean, it paid off, but still, that was really dumb whoever brought Vegeta back. I can remember Dragon Ball Abridged actually had, like, you know, either Krillin or Gohan brings Vegeta back, and whichever one of the two didn't bring him back goes, what the fuck, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it was like Krillin brought Vegeta, wished for Vegeta to come back, and Gohan's like, what the fuck, why? And Krillin's like, I don't know, maybe he was a cool dude underneath it all. You have no reason to think that. Now he's gonna go rail Yamcha's girlfriend.
You know, the real fucked up shit is that they never brought Raditz back.
They never brought Raditz back, and they never brought Nappa back either.
Nappa's been fired.
Like, Nappa's more or less Vegeta's father figure. I know Vegeta was the one that killed him, but unless Nappa's more or less Vegeta's father figure, you would think Vegeta at some point, like after he turned around and became a better person, would have went like, oh, maybe I should bring him back. It doesn't seem too good that I treated him like that.
Every day Vegeta wakes up, looks at a picture of Nappa and goes, nah, I still hate him. And then he starts his day.
You would think he could have just casually asked, like, Bulma, like, hey, next time you go and get the magic plastic surgery, could you bring Nappa back? If he comes back still crazy, I'll just beat him. Nobody thought to, like, okay, credit where credit is due. They actually did set up, when Goku meets Grandpa Gohan's, you know, spirit that's come back, he says, I'll bring you back with the Dragon Balls. And Grandpa Gohan says, no, don't. I like it here. There's loads of hot chicks in heaven. So that's the explanation for why no one ever brought back Grandpa Gohan. But they never really offered an explanation. Like, I was about to ask, they never offered an explanation for why Goku never brought back Bardock, but does Goku even know Bardock existed?
No. And like, imagine going up to Shenron. Like, okay, Shenron, bring back Goku's father. And Shenron just goes, who?
Yeah. Well, especially because it's the Shenron of Earth. He probably doesn't know about that shit. How come Piccolo never asked, like, hey, can you make another copy of, like, Kami and Nail for me? Oh, it could be like 5 Namekians in one. It'd be cool.
Hey, Shenron, can you schedule new Namekian copies so that I can assimilate them and become infinitely more powerful?
Like, there's just inside Piccolo's head, there's just a council of Kamis and Nails.
Yeah.
Then again, I guess with Boo, with the Boo saga, Piccolo just did openly say, like, yeah, I kind of got lazy and gave up on trying to keep up with the others. With Goku and Vegeta, I just kind of decided to spend the rest of my time just, I don't know, raising Goten. Because Goku sure as shit ain't going to. It's one of those things that's like, I like that Super brought everyone up to snuff and made it where the rest of the Z Fighters aren't jokes anymore. On the other hand,
Except
it's
Tien.
really doofy. Except Tien and Yamcha. Which Yamcha's got the best excuse out of all of them for giving up on training to fight, because whatever, he's a major baseball player now, whatever. Never mind the fact that he should be creaming any baseball team, because by all logic, he's still, like, stronger than Mr. Satan, and Mr. Satan's, like, the genuine best human martial artist in the world that doesn't use ki. Like, by all means, like, beyond a home run, Yamcha should be hitting a ball and it exits the fucking atmosphere of the planet.
Yeah.
The baseball bat should explode from the sheer force, and the pitcher dies from being sprayed with wood splinters all over.
Yamcha does the Yamcha pose for no reason.
he just kayfabes it like, I'm dead. I died too. Like a paramedic checks his pulse and like goes like, this guy is perfectly healthy. What the fuck?
No, I'm dead.
No, shut up, I'm dead.
Yeah, like Yamcha gets up to argue with the paramedic and then lies back down.
Get the Dragon Balls. Goku's in the crowd and he just like, oh, yep, Yamcha's dead, and flies off in the pursuit of Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
He didn't even fucking check.
Chi tries to stop him, but she's not fast enough.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I also
So,
like. It also occurred to me, like, imagine if in like Super or whatever, they get out the Dragon Balls, they summon Shenron, and they just say, Shenron, make Yajirobe relevant to the plot.
Yajirobe's always been relevant to the plot. He was necessary to beat Vegeta.
Yes, that was 20 years ago.
Well, he got his moment. That's more than Tien's got.
Tien got his moment. He got to nail Cell down for like a minute.
Yep, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Okay, that's more than Xiao Tzu got. There we go.
He had I'm goodbye Tien.
Yep. And for the rest of time, that's the only thing Xiao Tzu gets to do in the games.
Yeah.
Can I mention I love the stupid games where Xiao Tzu is wearing a wife beater for some reason?
Oh, I also loved, yeah.
I just want to, the thought, Xiao Tzu, classically, when we think of Xiao Tzu, we think of the Chinese vampire look for him, because that's the whole gimmick he's supposed to have. But, like, Xiao Tzu so often in the games gets the wife beater look. And it just gives me the feeling of Xiao Tzu leaning back in a recliner with some Pabst Blue ribbons to the side, going, God damn it, woman!
Yeah. Oh, I remember I saw a hacked version of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 maybe, where they switched around the character models. So Nappa flies down from the sky, says goodbye Tien, and then hugs Chaozu and explodes.
Oh shit.
Goodbye, Vegeta.
It's who's the one with the scouter that says the over 9,000 line in this case?
Chaozu.
Yeah. But okay. What I meant to say before all that hullabaloo was, I appreciate that Super brought everyone back up to snuff. Nonetheless, it's a little bit silly that the Buu Saga is everyone but Goku and Vegeta going, yeah, I more or less gave up on training because who gives a fuck? Including Gohan, despite the fact that Gohan was the strongest of them. But then Super's like, so yeah, actually everyone started training again behind the scenes for some reason. And it turns out that if they had just kept up their fucking training, the Super Saiyans actually wouldn't have shot ahead that hard. Super's all kinds of weird, though, because Super also applies a few points that Vegeta actually is stronger than Goku. But, like, he just always louses it up somehow.
Yeah. Vegeta is stronger than Goku. He also has a brain. Functioning one at that. Making him weaker.
The only reason Goku keeps winning is because he just doesn't think.
Yeah.
There's no neurons to stop his fist from moving.
Goku has 2 brain cells. One of them is thinking about punch. The other one is thinking about rice. Or meat, I guess. It depends on the time of day.
Yeah. Oh, man. Which, in fairness, Vegeta's got 3 brain cells. One is punch, one is wife, the other is kids.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's 2 more family-related brain cells than Goku. So, good going for Vegeta.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. I gotta give. Okay, Mortal Kombat's actually a pretty poor choice for super move categories because it's just the X-ray moves, and X-ray moves generally are not that interesting. However, there are 2 I can recall from Mortal Kombat X that I really like. One being Jax's, where he power bombs that your spine explodes, then around your legs, and does a backward shot so hard that your ribs explode. And along very different lines, Triborg's X-ray move, where he rips his own head off and throws it at the opponent, which headbutts them so hard their skull explodes. And if it's the last move of the match, it also blows the opponent's head off and Triborg's head replaces their head. So shout outs to those.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what's another one in the instant kill category?
Yeah.
Sweater vampire girl from Melty Blood getting so pissed that she fucking becomes a nuclear detonation. And it's just the bye-bye Norway bit.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I feel like instant kills almost have to be grouped in with fatalities, right?
Yeah.
Because God help us when we get to Blaze Blue instant kills. Because that's like the main reason to play Blaze Blue is for the instant kills.
I mean, the best instant kill that I can think of from the sprite-based ones is Guilty Gear 1, Justice's instant kill. Justice grabs you by the neck, brings you into space, T-poses, and you explode.
That sounds a lot like early Guilty Gear, yes.
This animation is a lot more funny when you're not actively fighting Justice.
Yeah. Okay, I forget. What was Negan's rage art in Tekken?
Hitting you with the bat, I think.
Okay, then that's way lamer than I remember. Okay, the rage art I remember liking because it's really stupid. Is it Tekken 7 or Tekken 8 where Kuma's rage art is the fish rocket?
Well, in Tekken 7 it's the fish baseball bat, I think.
Right, so in Tekken 8 it's the fish rocket. So that's great. It's fucking stupid. I don't like rage arts, but if they're gonna exist, they might as well just be fucking stupid. Okay, were there any supers from any of the Soul Calibers that were any good?
No. Like, you know, I'm tempted to say Ezio's just because, you know, he's not from fighting games, so I can forgive him for having one. But But even like his super art, if memory serves, was just like it was basically the 3D equivalent of the Phoenix Flattener.
That sounds about right. Okay, how did we get this far without mentioning the Buster Wolf?
Oh yeah.
Because that's a fantastic one.
Yeah. I feel like the Buster Wolf is a special super for Terry just because it like takes the parts of his kit that are iconic already, and even takes the fact that most of his supers are geysers and makes it actually interesting instead of just being alright, another power geyser.
Yeah. Because there are definitely, you can tell prior to Garo when so much of Terry's supers were just power geysers, and it's like, come on, guys. Iori's got 2 winners because Maiden Masher is a classic, but I'm also a really big fan of One for the Road Blast. And that's a rarer one. Iori doesn't always get that one. I love him throwing a little fireball at the ground and it turning into a big fucking sky beam. Was CVS 2 the last game where Iori had One for the Road?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Also, I'm not going to lie, I partly rate it so highly just because I really like the name of it being the One for the Road Blast. It's a bit odd, but I don't know why, I just like it.
Wait, how did we get here without mentioning Gigantic Pressure?
Gigantic Pressure's another winner. Gigantic Pressure's a fun one because it's a winner on all 3 people that have used it.
Yeah.
I think both you and I have said before, the opinion of Mature goes up massively in the games where she has Gigantic Pressure.
Yes. I think in KOF 14 I started playing Mature just because she has Gigantic Pressure, and I mean, like, you know.
Fucking discount Rugal.
Yeah. They're not gonna fucking put in Adelaide. I have to make do. Then again, I guess I'll just have like regular Rugal now. I don't think he's dead again yet.
No, he'll probably be back for 16.
Yeah.
15, he was a free DLC. 16, I'm gonna bet Rugal's gonna be launch roster.
I'm gonna go the other route. I say season 1 of DLC is King Cup 1 and Rugal. Fuck it, put Yamazaki in there too.
There's a very distinct chance, yeah, especially considering that Geese has been DLC for the last 2 fucking games.
Then yeah.
Raging Storm is fun for its value as a move and for the craziness of the input, but visually speaking, it's not really that impressive.
Yeah, no. Deadly Rave is more interesting just because of how it doesn't exist to 90% of players.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are several games where Geese more or less just doesn't have supers for anyone who hasn't aggressively practiced his inputs.
Yeah.
Like Rock, they usually will make one or the other easy baby mode input. But Geese,
Also, I feel like I need to note Kyo in some of the KOF games. Kyo has a stupor where he grabs you by the neck, and then he just explodes the hand that he's holding you with, so that it pours a pillar of fire around you. That's cool.
Yeah. I am a big fan of the what is it? The classic Kyo super where he forms the fire in his hand and you can hold the button to delay.
What a big punch.
My memory is he doesn't punch. He just then spreads the fire out when you release the button. He waves his hand and the fire gets spread in front of him.
He spreads the fire out. It makes a pillar and then he punches through it. He does a bodega.
Yeah, that's the super duper version. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that's the version I remember usually.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a pick for specific games.
Yeah.
Heavenly Popbuster in X2 and Strive, but not Igzard. Because in X2, it's cool that he jumps up and he jumps so high that he stands on top of the screen for a second before falling back down. And Strive, it's cool that he goes up there and there's actually like the Buddha up there. But Igzard, my memory is that Heavenly Popbuster and Igzard was actually really kind of lame.
I honestly don't remember it, so...
Let's see. What else have we got sitting in the bank here?
Yeah, I'm trying to think as well.
Are there really any answers we can go with from Uni and Melty Blood other than the Sweater Girl?
Better Girl?
Oh, you know
what's
what?
her face, Lynn? You mean?
Okay, here's one. Again, it's arguably a utility super, but what a great utility super it is, visually speaking.
Yeah?
Neko Arc in the newest Melty Blood starting up a fucking Twitch stream.
Yeah. I mean, Neko Arc is the best part of Uni. Or not Uni, fucking... Melty. You can... I feel like...
It could be the best part of Uni.
I mean, if they let her in... But they've already got fucking Atom in there instead.
Yeah, I think it would be wise of them not to let her in.
Yeah, the fucking just the brave Wyatt bit. Let me in, and there's just Neko Arc.
No. She kind of hijacks any game she's in, logically.
Yeah. But is Neko Arc coming to Street Fighter 6? Like, I feel like with Neko Arc, if Neko Arc actually got added to Street Fighter 6, it would be in character to genuinely not make a 3D model and just have her sprite be, like, cast in a 3D space instead.
Yeah! She turns 3D for certain moves, but it's a really bad 3D model.
Yes.
Like, I'm not even talking, like, PS1 polygons. No, high poly... but like just really bad cell shading and textures.
I don't know. I don't know. At this point, I feel like it would be funnier if they just make her like an over realistic model for those moves. Like it's just full on those like fucking clickbait posts of like yassifying character models.
Or when you see where people will like to what's that one anime franchise that has the like especially deformed like anime girls that people will say like, people will make the bulldog jokes about that they've the breeding has made breathing difficult for them and shit.
I mean, there's probably a lot of them, but Nekopara maybe.
Well, like when you see the post where people draw those like what they would look like in real like with real biology, and they're just horrible monsters. Like, Neko Arc turns into one of those in some moves.
Yeah.
There was a Ghost Rider villain at one point that was a girl who figured out that she could stretch and contort people's flesh. So she turned herself into one of those horrible anime creatures and was going around forcibly turning other people into horrible anime creatures until the Ghost Rider got her to stop.
Nice. Alright, Bloody Roar. The Bloody Roar supers are not that interesting overall, but I feel like I have to note that one of Yugo's supers, once he becomes a boxer in 2, is a Dempsey roll into a fucking flip kick.
Ha! Okay, we're missing quite a few from Marvel. I gotta give a shout out to, even though I think otherwise his moveset's kind of lame, Hulk's level 3, where he jumps into space and then brings a meteor back down.
I'm trying to think
For
of,
sheer
yeah?
iconic.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, for sheer iconicness sake, as much as anything, proton cannon.
I thought you were gonna say Hyper Viper Beam.
That one also works, but only in the air, on the
Yeah.
ground. Who gives a shit? No, it's air Hyper Viper Beam, brother. Even if you want to hit somebody who's on the ground, you don't use ground Hyper Viper Beam. You Tiger Knee and air Hyper Viper Beam.
My favorite bit about the Hyper Viper Beam is that for the longest time I thought that was like a meme name because it rhymes. And then I played the game and it said Hyper Viper Beam and I went, what do you mean?
Yeah.
This is not a name that you give to a move.
It makes Cable seem like a dweeb.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Ragnarok. We have to shout out Ragnarok, which is just Strider's maximum spider.
Oh yes.
But the real Strider special or whatever super that I think like it doesn't get enough credit because it's genuinely not good in most of the games, but it is the coolest one. Legion.
Oh, the summoning of all the robot animals?
Yes.
Yeah, that one I would think is Strider's most iconic super, if you'd ask me.
Yeah, people, like, pro players don't tend to use it because it generally doesn't have many uses in pro play. They just go for Ragnarok or usually the one that gives you the 2 satellites.
Yeah, the 2 satellites, anytime you got a utility super like that, that's going to be the most popular at the pro level. Especially with how Strider in Marvel 2 is just the block string character. Especially when you throw on Doom, good lord. This is a twofer. Storm and Magneto, both of them, they're popcorn supers.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in Marvel 2, where Storm can just spam that over and over, and the opponent can't really do anything until Storm runs out of meter.
Captain Commando is super, where he calls in all of his team, and then they all do Captain Corridor on you.
Yeah, that's a good one. Jin calling on the Blodia Fist. That's a good one.
Hayato when he becomes black. That's not even completely a joke. The super isn't anything to write home about, but Hayato does become his evil form, which is referred to as Black Hayato. So Hayato does become black during the super.
Dr. Doom forcing his opponent to take a shower.
I thought you were gonna say Dr. Doom forcing his opponent to take a shit.
No, he's the one that's seated.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh shit.
Oh, the Surfbot one.
Okay, this is neither from an anime nor a oh, go ahead.
The Surfbot super where it's just a bunch of Surfbots running a line on you.
Yep. Or Giant Surfbot. Giant Surfbot is also good with the hammer.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out an example that does exist in a fighting game, but I'm actually not going for the fighting game pick. It's cooler when it's not in the fighting games. Final Judgment Cut.
Yeah.
For Virgil and any of his playable appearances in the Devil May Cry series. It's also in Marvel, and it is still cool in Marvel, but it's not as cool as Judgment Cut in any of the other games where Virgil is playable. Okay, here's another one. Marvel Infinite, its supers are generally pretty bad and pretty ugly looking, but there is an exception. If you specifically take the team of Cap and Bucky, and if you do Final Justice with either of them, that it plays a special animation where Cap and Bucky do Final Justice to the opponent together. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's neat. I just wish that more teams actually got the shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it's the sort of thing that if the team that had Infinite, if they had been given more money, they probably would have done more of those, but there was just no money. So it's like, yeah, I guess Cap and Bucky are the best friends out of this whole roster, so I guess we'll give it to them and no one else.
Hmm. All right, this one is debatable, but War Dance.
War Dance. Which game? Which character is that has a?
Masamune.
Oh, okay, Sengoku Basara. Right,
Yes.
right. That's the one where he busts out all the swords, claws. Right.
Yes, but it's not. Well, it's kind of muddy because he got the special where he does that in Devil Kings, or he got a version of that in Devil Kings, and it later returns in Sengoku Basara 4. But then between those, there was another move that I don't know the name of because it was in Japanese, but it was later renamed to War Dance 2, I think. It's difficult to tell. But the version that I'm talking about is the one where he does a kata, basically, that still attacks people. And then he goes into the stance because that makes it cooler to me. And basically,
Yeah.
it's just a thing of like he has one sword out. He starts attacking with one sword, and then he just keeps doing these spinning attacks, and just keeps picking out more and more swords until he has all 6, and then you go into the stance. Similarly, antagonist dude, I'm forgetting the name of from 4. His special is the one that that a lot of anime adapt because it's cool, where he just throws a fucking bunch of swords on the ground, and he just picks up a sword for one swipe and then throws it away, and he just does this with like 15 swords.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is very cool.
Okay, this one's dumb and just works solely on One Piece cartoon logic, but the character Trafalgar Law, who has the his special power is the room fruit, which makes it where he can just set a space in the world to be his operating room, like a surgical operating room. Yeah, all this is stupid, by the way, but whatever. Just deal with it. And in that surgical operating room, he can not only just like move physics around as he wishes, but he can also just choose to swap anything, including swap people's body parts without harming them.
Congrats, your strength now.
Yes, he can do that. There's 2 One Piece characters that can do that, but he can do that. But also, there are a few times where he kills a crowd of people, the bad guys, because Law's a cool dude. Well, it's One Piece cartoon logic. Maybe they survive somehow. But he uses the room fruit to replace people's heads with bombs. And I mean
Alright.
cartoon bombs.
Sure, why not?
And it's just so fucking stupid. But it's a great image because the thing is, it's still cartoon logic. So where ordinarily, if their head has been replaced with a bomb, they should just drop dead on the spot from lack of a brain. No, they instead, when their head gets replaced with a bomb, then their hands feel upwards like, oh my god, my head's been replaced with a bomb. And it's such stupid Looney Tunes shit. Oh man.
I don't know if it counts. I guess it counts because it was used in a whatchamacallit, in a fighting game. Megidolaon.
Oh yeah, that was an instant kill in our arena. Whose was it?
Ken's, I think.
Oh, that's weird.
It was either Ken's or it was either Ken's or Elizabeth's.
I was about to say that sounds like Elizabeth's because For one thing, it'd be weird to give that much power to Ken of all characters, but for another thing, I don't know if Ken ever actually learns the Megiddo class of magic in P3.
I don't remember either.
My memory is that no party member ever learns the resistance ignoring types, because that you'd always take that party member.
Okay, then yeah, it's Elizabeth, because I remember that Ken and Koromaru are chained together, and they have a thing where Ken uses light magic and Koromaru uses dark magic or curse magic, whatever.
That?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's weird. Koromaru's a very happy-go-lucky dog, and Ken's got some serious issues. You would think it would be the opposite.
Yeah. But yeah, they have a thing where they like trap their insta kill, if memory serves, is that they trap the enemy in Hermes and then hit the enemy with both types of magic at the same time, and the enemy just dies.
Well, they're both from Persona 3, which would be when light and dark are both instant kill magic types, so yeah.
Yeah.
We hadn't got to P5 yet, where there were such a thing as non-instant kill light and dark. Or psychic and nuclear, which are both interesting choices.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't exactly remember Elizabeth's insta-kill. If memory serves, it's something with the cards, and then Thanatos like hits you with a fucking whatchamacallit, with a coffin, and then he just shoots you with a laser. You die.
Yeah. That's what's great about Arena, is the like all the it's got so many cool moves that you look at and go, okay, is this what the characters are supposed to be doing in the Persona game itself?
Yeah.
And you can tell with Persona 3 Remake giving everybody those big crazy super moves that look like their Arena super moves. It's kind of like, oh, yeah, that was supposed to... It is supposed to be what it looks like they're doing. It's just that turn-based RPGs can never really look that cool.
Yeah. Oh, I on one hand, I'm glad that the Persona 3 remake is faithful to Persona 3. On the other hand, I kind of wish that they moved the Elizabeth plotline forward in some way.
Yeah, that's... SMT has got a lot of seeds just planted for things in the future that are just taking a long time to grow.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe with Joker in P3, Joker's trying to find where fucking Makoto is. Obviously, that's what that means. It's not just a random cameo that they put in for fun. I've seen that argument made online, by the way, like unironically. I'm trying to remember if there's any other supers that I'm missing, but like, the problem is that, like, for example, with Uni, the supers that I remember are not actually supers. They're technically EX moves.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem with how Uni does things. Okay, here's one shout out. Injustice, the first one. Flash's super where he runs. Well, the Batmobile is also a great one, but Flash's super where he runs around the entire world and then uppercuts you.
Yeah. Okay, well, I know why they didn't do it. But imagine if it was Flash hitting you with a learning lariat where he runs around the entire world.
Oh man.
Or he just keeps lariating you.
And every time your character does a 360 flip as their cell.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. I think we're good to call that a podcast. Eddie,
Yeah.
say bye.
I feel like I remember one last one.
Oh.
I'm trying to think. It's from Kingdom Hearts. It's not Ars Arcanum, but it is unlocked around the same time as Ars Arcanum.
Yeah.
But I don't fucking know what it is. I don't know what it's called. Whatever, fuck it. I'll just say Zeta Flare. That's a super move Donald gets once. Once?
Yeah. Yeah, he won't be doing that again. And if he does, then it'll retroactively be funny what I just said now.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 4 starts with Donald and Zeta flaring like 4 different universes. He's just murdering all of them in search for Sora. Alright, bye, I guess.
Oh.